Well, good evening and welcome to the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints. It is Series 7 and we are live from Barcelona. The Circuit de Catalunya Grand Prix layout. And it's going to be a really fantastic night of action in the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints. Like I said, it is Series 7. Let's remind you of the rules of the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints. There is a 10-minute qualifying session, sorry, 15. I must fix that. A 15-minute qualifying session, and that sets the grid for race number 1. Also, why is it so long? Why 15 minutes? Well, it just gives a little bit of opportunity to make sure that all our drivers get opportunity. You know, we're busy people. Gives them that little bit more chance just to get a bit of practicing, get a few more laps, all that sort of stuff. All for the driver welfare here at the Amigos Racing Team. So that is a really important element of things. We have a 10-minute race. The grid is based on the qualifying positions. Then we have a 20-minute race. It's probably the feature race. It's the big one. 20 minutes reverse grid qualifying based on the results of race number 1. You win race number 1, you finish at the back. You start at the back of race number 2 and vice versa. Race 3 is a 15-minute race based on the grid is set based on the results of race number 2. For example, Brett Rackett, let's say he wins race 2, he starts on pole in race 3. Let's say Beaver Boy finishes last, that's where he starts in race 3. We do not have tyre wear, we do not have fuel consumption, we do have rolling starts, we do not have damage. It is purely about how fast these guys can drive, and let me tell you, these guys can move these cars. Brett Rackett, so far, fastest lap of qualifying, 1:25.198. So we've already been to Suzuka, Nürburgring, Blue Moon Bay Speedway. Next up is Sardinia, and then we end the season at the South Inner Loop. Let's check out today's race circuit. Of course, it is the Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. It's a Grand Prix circuit in Montelmo, Catalonia, Spain. Length of the circuit, 4.675 kilometers, or somewhere in the region of 2.9 miles. 16 turns. The race lap record held by the Netherlands' Max Verstappen for Red Bull Racing this season, 2021, 1:18.149. These guys are quick, but they're not Max Verstappen in an F1 car. Quick Super Formula cars, a little bit slower than that. My God, are they amazing, amazing fun. Let's take a look at, let's take a run through our cars for this one. So Brett Rackett, a Monster Energy liveried black and luminous yellow green trim. Connor 0410, the Aston Martin livery blue and grey number, there it is. Red LMR 56 with the orange, white and seafoam green livery. Lango 666, the Marlborough livery. Terminator in the GoPro livery. B19 FLC in the Ferrari Marlborough red. Where's Oscar? There is Oscar. The Dallara IndyCar livery. And they are our 9. Have we missed anybody? Beaver Boy. Beaver Boy, think that's a McLaren livery. No, it's an Amigos livery. My apologies. The classic blue, black, and bright yellow Amigos livery. If you are thinking about getting involved in some online racing as we go on board with Brett Rackett, then Amigos really is the place for you. Great community, great driving. We've got leagues every night of the week. There's always racing. Make sure in the description to this video you click the link to our Discord, join it, get involved. You will not regret it. So Brett Rackett, new fastest time set 1:24.969. So we will stay on board with Brett for a full lap of the circuit. Catalonia, Barcelona. This is the full GP tracker with the final chicane on the penultimate corner. Circuit, a real favourite of sim racers and sim racing. Arguably offers up better racing in this format than it does in the full metal world. So we're going to stay with Brett Rackett. Just give you a sense of the lap as Brett Rackett sets a fastest overall middle sector there. This is what the final little section looks like on board. He's on an absolute flyer as Lango goes quicker with a 1:26.230. That's the fastest lap for Lango. With E321 also pushing the tempo as more drivers take part in our qualifying session over the line. And it is a new fastest lap, a 1:24.938. Everybody is pushing the tempo here at Barcelona Circuit Catalonia. So, my name is Darren Paul, commentator for, well, one of the commentators with the Amigos Racing Team. This will be my last series for a little bit. Unfortunately, I say unfortunately, fortunately for me, it is the British basketball season has just got back underway. I'm really excited to be back commentating in that, of course. That does mean a bit more pinched for time. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, do you know what? Yeah, I could do what that guy. I could talk excitedly over cars on track. I can get amped up about Oscar X0. I can get behind Beaver Boy. I can big up Brett Rackett and go wild for Willie D321. Well, get involved, get in touch. Down in Discord, that's how I got started with the Amigos Racing Team. Tuesday Sprints, I was looking for a place to race, and then I figured, do you know what? I'm too slow. Give me a mic. You can do it as well. Get involved, get in touch. Plenty of roles for people, or just get involved in a race. Like I say, in the Discord, the description to this video. Well worth a look. Woody 3-2-1, closing out the lap. Went fastest last time. What can he do this time? Looking for pole position. Not going to get it. That was a little slower. 1:25.279. But look at that consistency. All within the 25s and the low 25s for the last 3 laps. That is super important. It's incredibly important if you want to, well, if you want to compete and win races, and that is exactly what Willie D321 does every single time he competes. As we're just catching with Red RLM, he's on an outlap, so it's slow, but he's just come out of pit lane. Let's see what he can do on a full flying lap. His first full flying lap of the evening, and we're going to stay on board the whole time. I'm going to take a moment. You are going to be able to listen to the beautiful sounds of these Super Formula cars. So 1:28.571. That time for red LMR 56. Let's check in with Connor 0410. Can they do? Brett Rackett, another fastest time. He just goes quicker and quicker, this guy. 1:24.820 the last time by. Absolutely flying as Willie D321 sets a new fastest time, remains in third. 1:25.027 from Willie D321. He's going to be super competitive in these races today, as Connor 0410 roughly halfway through the lap now. He is down on his fastest sector. He's going to have this lap and then one more to show what he can do. Rounding the final corner, Lango puts in a quicker time for them, 7th overall. Connor remains second, 1:25.737. This is only showing us his current stints. Terminator! Where's that come from? From the big man, the Great Dane. 1:25.340. That time from Terminator. Brett Rackett still provisional pole. 1:28.820. Connor 0410. Just 200 tenths of a second off. 1:25.737 last time. It's not his fastest. BD321 just back of those as well. So we've got some seriously fast drivers, and of course, I know you may have just seen it. There it is, the red overtake. That's what these cars have. The push of a button, additional bit of that burst of speed. Be exactly what you need, but you've got to be choosy as to when you use it. You have to be very selective, very careful. So Willie D321 finishing off the lap. Connor just over the line, will get one more lap if he needs it. 1:25.579. That time, Willie D321 midway through their final lap, just over the line. Brett Rackett does not set a time that time by. Terminator 1:28.382 that time. That's not going to advance him up the leaderboard at all. Red LMR early in their lap. 1:19 FLC is not going to improve their time. They come across the line in about 1:30. 1:28.497. Oscar will start in 7th as as Beaver Boy comes across the line over 2 minutes. In fact, Beaver Boy not yet across the line. And Lango has come off the circuit. His fastest lap on this at least 1:26.006. Brett Rackett has come across the line. Connor 04.10. Coming round to finish the lap round the chicane. Then he tried to gas it up. And you see the power, the raw power that these machines have. He tried to get heavy on the gas and it just spun him around. That's just there we go. Tried to accelerate out. Final bit of push, couple of seconds. And that could well have been a pole time. But unfortunately for him, as Red LMR56 steals it at the last. That is an incredible performance. He will have the pole for race number 1. 1 of 3 here. 10 minutes. Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints Series 7 Round 3. We are live. We're driving super formulas, and I can't think of a better way to spend a Tuesday evening watching some of the best sim racing you are going to see. Red lights are on, the green lights are on, and we are racing at Barcelona. Red LMR 56 peels away from the line. He still has the lead in the white with orange and seafoam. Got down into turn 1. Everybody looking pretty clean. Beaver Boy looking racy against Willie D321. They are batting away. Red still has the lead from Brett Rackett. Third is Connor 04.10. Connor from here on out. Terminator in 4th. Oscar X0's got company in 5th. Make it through the 2 switchbacks to turn 5. And then turn 6 is this little kink here into a slightly heavy braking zone for TV3, aka turn 7. Turn 8 right back at it. And then roughly the midway point on this lap, and our race leader is still Red. From Brett Rackett, from Connor 4.10. What an incredible final lap that was from Red to steal the pole from Brett Rackett, who just went faster and faster all the while as we round turn 12 for the first time in a lap in anger. Our race leader Red remains. Takes turn 15, now rounding the final corner. We've got the first lap in the books. 8 minutes 28 to go, 1:29. That first lap, it's looking good for... That's Oscar X0's got the move done on Terminator into turn 1. We've seen that a number of times in this season and in previous seasons. Those long straightaways, you get the position you want. Use that drag. Somebody goes wide, it's Lango. Use that drag like I'm saying, use that drift and you are through. Connor all over the back of Brett Rackett, but a slight little mistake, a little off. Coming round Repsol corner. Really did for that opportunity just then. We'll see what they can do. In fact, he is being dropped a little bit by our leading drivers. Red, Brett, Connor, that is your top 3. We're going to check the battle a bit further down the field. We're going to go on board with Lango 666, and already we can see the cars starting to get a bit of separation, but this is a tricky technical circuit at times. And out to fun, there's Lango. Look to go for a bit of a dive bomb there on Beaver Boy. Pulled out of it, good respectful driving, exactly what we expect from the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprint. But now, looking up the inside of Beaver Boy, does he have the ride? He's got the move done. Halfway down start finish. Keeps it through turn 1. Red last time, fastest lap 1:25.967. Exactly what we expect to see as we move through this race. Just a little bit quicker, picking it up. Can we see a 1:24 or a number of 1:24s in anger during the races? Well, it's all left to be seen. We will find out as we move through the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints Series 7 Round 3 from Barcelona. So, top 3 unchanged. Red from Brett, Rackett from Connor, 0410. Oscar X0 looking racy behind. Now he's closed that gap. Oscar's had a great couple of seasons. He has really picked up the tempo, really picked up the pace, and he is really honing his craft as a sim racer. Excited to see how his improvement comes along in the next couple of seasons. Do you want to help stream it? Do you want to be part of the commentary team with the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints? You know exactly what to do. Join that Discord. Let us know in the YouTube comments if you think you've got what it takes. Come on, have a go. It is the best fun you can have. Aside from maybe being behind the wheel. I don't know about that. Terminator, he's moved down a few spaces during this race, but he's all over the back of Willie D 321, though. A couple of really tricky corners. Those long hairpins, they do make it quite tough to stay really tight with the car in front of you. It's that mix of high, low and medium speed corners at this circuit that can cause things to spread out, but we're going to see it. Constantina right back as Terminator. He's gone over track limits somewhere in that section of the track. He's picked himself up a little. Penalties, Willie D gets very squirrely around turn 10, turn 11. That was Lacacia, and he did well to keep it on the black stuff. He's already burned off lots of that penalty. Remember, there's no penalty line. If you're used to dailies, then we don't need to worry about penalty lines here. You just need to scrub it off before the end of the race. A number of our drivers have been caught out by that in seasons past, and that is always tough to see. Is Terminator going to get the move done? Willie choosing, chopping, changing his lines repeatedly there. Some series he would have seen himself with a driving standards flag. We don't worry about that too much here. But Terminator picks up another slow down penalty, another half a second added there, and I'm not entirely sure how that came to be. Surely it was the tiniest little one wheel over the white line, but that's track limits. They are strictly enforced. Final 3 minutes 15 seconds of this race. Brett Rackett in second position with the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:25.360. He can go faster than that, as can Red. In qualifying, they were in the 1:24s. Of course, Red with that great qualifying lap just to steal pole position right at the end of things. As we go back on board with Oscar X0, really aggressive, bouncing over the curbs there. And I do wonder, and again, he's a faster driver than I am, but I'm just asking the question, if he was a little bit smoother there, well, I mean, it's a moot point as he gets the move done down, start finish into turn 1. We are onto the penultimate lap of the race. Connor 0410 drops down to 4th position. Let's check in with Terminator. Terminator's been left a little bit by Willie D, who has now got a minute and a half either side of him, so he's able to just run his race. This is the battle on track right now. Beaver Boy, Lango and B19 FLC, they're all juking and jiving at the back of the field. Lango using as much of the track as is permitted, braking hard into TV's 3. It's turn 7, the complex turn 7, 8. Now they're going round the long right-hander at turn 9. Oh my goodness, how did Beaver Boy keep control of his vehicle there? We got 140 left, and he's picked up another half second as Lango. He also picked up a little penalty in that scuffle there. As we see these three on track. The top three remain unchanged. Oh, Beaver Boy! He loses it. Spins it out. Let's see what happened there from his vantage point. I suspect just too much curb. Maybe a bit aggressive. Oh, yeah. That sausage curb really shot him up. And that killed what was a really fun little battle there. We're on to the final lap of the race. It is all about the lead two right now. Just over half a second between them. Red and Brett Rackett. We're going to stay with this battle to the end of the race now. As they head through 6 into 7. In the little right-hander. Turn 8. It's pretty much flat out at that point. Down a gear into 9 and then back on the gas. Hard into the heavy braking zone. Turn 10. This final tight technical part of the circuit. And look at how much he's been able to close up on him in that one turn. But you've got to be absolutely have your wits about you in terms of how much gas you decide to put on there. Because too much and you are going to send it for a spin. Coming around the final corner for the first time is Red LMR 56 takes race 1. Willie 3-2-1 will be the fastest lap of the race. Brett Rackett comes over in second, Oscar in third, Connor in fourth, Terminator fifth, Mango in sixth, B19 in seventh, Beaver Boy in eighth, Willie D 3-2-1. He was trying to push and evidently pushed a bit too hard. Massive congratulations for our race 1 winner. It's Red LMR 56. Led it from pole and kept it clean. Apologies there. So, huge congratulations to our race winner. A brilliant performance from start to finish. There we are from Red LMR 56. A brilliant bit of driving. And let's just look at this circuit again. See the track map. We've got that really long start finish into the heavy braking turn 1, and then you're just building up in speed until you hit turn 4. That's Repsol, so that's the second of the hairpin. Do you want to call it a hairpin? Do you want to call it a sweeper? Let me know in the comments exactly how you would call that. And then again, another low speed corner 5. Then you try and pick it up 6. Back on the brake 7. Then 8, 9 and 10. To the really heavy braking zone. That's into the final sector of our racetrack. And then that final sweeping but low speed. You can't get on the throttle too easy. Too easy, too early. You've got to be easy on it. Can't get on it too early. And then when you're let loose, you're golden. As Red did a couple of donuts and I mean, well he might. Took a fantastic race victory in race number 1. And we are just moments away now from race number 2. As grid order has been changed to reflect the results of the first race. And I mean reflect quite literally, because they're the absolute opposite of what they were in this race. Now again, where do we go after this? 2 rounds to go. Sardinia Road Track A2 is round 5. That'll be next Tuesday evening, same time, 8:30 qualifying starts. That's when the broadcast starts. And then final round, round 6, South Inner Loop, for the final round of the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints Series 7 Tier 1. And of course we have Tier 2 races. If you're looking at this and you're like, do you know what? I don't know if I could hang with the likes of Red, Willie D, Oscar, all the boys. That's okay. We've got a Tier 2. If you can mix it up with those drivers, pick up that speed, learn your craft as a sim racer, and then maybe one day move up to T1. We've got that option in the Discord. Link is in the description to this video. Check it out. You won't regret it. So, here we go. Race number 2, 20-minute. It's the feature race. It's the reverse grid. And we've got Willie D 321 on pole. Was that a tactical little spin from Willie D 321? Who is to say? Beaver Boy is second. B19, Lango 66. Those are your 2 front rows. The red lights are on. The green lights are ablaze. And we are racing in Catalonia again. Round 2, Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints Series 7. And it's Willie 321 takes a great line into turn 1. Oh, that's good move already by Oscar X0. We've got cars juking and jiving, battling it out. Great racing already. Lango gets a little bit hung up on the outside. That's giving Connor a great run on him as B19 just up the road tries to get a move done as there's contact with Connor. Not sure if that was red behind. Weedy 321, a huge penalty already, 1.4 seconds. He's got a long time to scrub off that penalty. Beaver Boy goes up the inside, doesn't get the penalty. B19, Oscar X0, Lango 666, Connor, Red, Brett Rackett and Terminator down the field as Oscar X0 and Lango are duking it out. They're battling as somebody gets spun around. I think that's Red. Oh, did I get a bit overexcited? Just for a moment, I thought I saw a car spin. Could have just been me. Brett Rackett going wide off track into turn 12, 14. Sorry, 12, 13. Really 3-2-1. Fastest lap of the race so far. First lap of the race, 1:29.947. We've got 18.5 minutes left to go. Willie D still with that penalty, but driving away at the head of the field with a good lead over second. That's going to be about 1.5 seconds, I would suggest, as Connor gets side by side with Lango. Does he get the move done? Still up the inside, still in the inside. Lango will have the run on this corner. No, has to concede into turn number 5. We're going to go on board with Lango 666. That's Connor in the slipstream of Oscar X0. Again, interesting the difference in line. Those two very wide at that corner, both getting penalties. Be interested to see if Lango cops the penalty for running up the inside there. He does, but he's already scrubbed off most of that penalty, as has Connor and Oscar and B19. So again, these are all for track limits, being really aggressive with how wide you're pushing the circuit. It's interesting to see how they are applied at this track, because we've had races this season and in the previous season as well where track limits were just not really an issue, but in this one we're seeing a lot of penalties being dished out, and that's okay. It's consistent for all drivers. Side by side. Little bit of a love tap maybe. Lango definitely put the squeeze on there. Brett Rackett, what a recovery drive from him so far. Gets side by side, looking up the inside, but Red has really been the winner there. Lango stays out ahead. And this is a mega battle. Brett Rackett can't get by Red. Willie D, Beaver Boy, Oscar X0. That is the battle at the head of the field. Willie with a 2-0 lead over Beaver Boy. Oscar X0 about a second back. B19, Lango, and then it's Red, Brett Rackett. This is tight between these two. 0.2 of a second separated them. That's it. Connor, who has been higher up the race so far in this one, and then Terminator. We can go on board with Terminator, best seat in the house, but that won't be any consolation to him. He's a great driver. He's one of our stars, certainly in T2. He's graduated up to T1. He's representing Toyota with his Super Formula car. Super Formula, a spec chassis series. You do have a choice of engine suppliers. Do you want a Toyota or do you want a Honda in your, I want to say, Dallara chassis. Beaver Boy taking a tiny amount of time out of Willie D as B19 has gotten by Oscar X0. Oscar X0 is battling back. We're going to go on board though with Brett Rackett. He's got a great view of all of what's going on ahead. Brett Rackett did an amazing job there not to loop it around. Really thought he was about to. As we see, he just drives by. Lango 666 that time. Great brilliant driving from Brett Rackett. Using lots of that experience. I'd say that Lango doesn't have the experiences, so top three remain unchanged. WD, Beaver Boy, B19 with Oscar hot on their heels, really hot on the heels. Can Oscar get it done? He has a penalty to play with. He's got Red right behind him, so that's not what he needs or wants. We're going to see a twofer as Oscar's been squeezed out by Red, but neither could get close to B19 that time. No twofer that time. As Oscar looks like he's dropping back a little bit. This might sound silly, but for a moment I was like, oh, it's an Indy car. No, it's just painted like an Indy car. Head of the field remains Willie D. Nearly 4.5 seconds to the good over Beaver Boy, and that's the beauty of Willie D's driving. If he gets in clean air, if he can run his own race, he is absolutely dominant. Sometimes, and no disrespect, faster than I'll ever be, as Red's looking up the inside of B19. He's just behind him. They are touch tight. As we've got a great battle here as he's got through. Red has gotten through for third position. And now Oscar, he wants fourth. And Lango putting the squeeze on Oscar X0. We're going to go to the outlooking camera. Look at this. Just under half distance, just over half distance to go. As Oscar, yes, decisive. No, he's overcooked that. We're going to go on board. At first I thought it was a really decisive, strong move. Last of the late breakers. And he just could not get it slowed in time. This is B19 flying by. Oscar copping a bit of a penalty there, but beyond that small penalty time that he will no doubt rub off very, very quickly. No damage incurred there. 4.5 seconds the lead at the head of the field. As I was saying, Willie D, super fast. In clean air, when he's just running his race, he's one of the fastest in this field. Though at times he can, I think, struggle to get by other drivers. And if that's an area that he's able to work on, I mean, in the series to come, and he already has been in high-end competition, but I mean, he's a champion driver. He really, really is battling in this series, in this season. Beaver Boy in second, a healthy 2 seconds up on Red, but Red's got that clean air as Oscar gets it done this time. Nice and clean for Oscar X0. No mistakes there. B19's trying to work back at him, but if he's able to hold it around here, he'll probably hold it for the best part of this lap. Oscar breaks the toe. That's just good driving from him. B19's still there. Still there. Look at him inside. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant driving. B19 gets the move done. Gets the position back. How it's going to be is fast up to turn 9 and then on the gas hard up to turn 10. Going to go on board with Oscar. Got a heavy braking zone, but not a brilliant place for overtaking. As we move into this stadium section, this final section, Oscar side by side gets back in front. Oh, a great dive back from B19, but Oscar's got the line, he's got the run, and that is the widest supercar you've ever seen. They are being very aggressive, and that's what happens. My goodness, they were so aggressive over those sausage curbs. They can really spit you out. So fortunate not to have spun the car at that point, and that has brought Brett Rackett right back into things. Oscar X0 loses out on the position. B19 back into 4th. Our top 3 remain unchanged, though Beaver Boy is about to have some company from Red. As Brett Rackett, he moves up to 5th. And Oscar, who is a quick driver in his own right, not taking anything away from any of these drivers, he has really had a tough lap, and it's about to get tougher. It's got Lango 666 really pushing the envelope. We are over half distance. 9 minutes left in this 20-minute reverse grid feature race 2, and this is just great. Connor, your picture there, and Terminator for that matter, still in this. I mean, the whole field is really bunched up. It's, I want to say, only 13 seconds to the lead, and remember, the leader is a way out. He's already halfway down the front straight. Nobody is even on the same lap as him right now, such as Willie D's advantage. So the real terms gap between 2nd and 8th is not going to be particularly significant. Beaver Boy has lost out position to Red. These two are going to duke it out. This looks like the race on track right now. Red, with that favourable inside line, does a really good job just keeping it consistent. If you're able to ignore the noise around you, ignore what your opponents are doing in a safe manner, and that is what separates the drivers. Beaver Boy trying to be really aggressive, and he's got to go for it. He's got to try and get this position back, because you don't want to give Red clean air, because he will just go. They will just go. But you see the difference in the approach, in the styles. Red, super smooth. Beaver Boy, mostly very smooth, but he's making, I see that little tweak there, a little too early on the gas, a little bit too much on the curb, and you know, it's fine margins. These are, again, I'm going to keep saying it, fantastic drivers, but it's the small differences that are separating him right now. Beaver Boy's doing a great job, though. He's in 3rd, though he is about to be in a world of hurt as Brett Rackett making a charge, making his move. He's up to 4th position. half a second back, and you see in a single lap, Red stretched out almost a second over Beaver Boy. Before he knows it, he's going to have Brett Rackett all over the back of him. Willie D 321 is 12 seconds, just under, to the good. An amazing individual performance from Willie D in this one. Red just about a second up on Beaver Boy, who Brett Rackett is right behind him. You know he's going to be using any overtake he's got left. But that's the power of the slipstream, and also the power of a distracted driver ahead of you. He's in his own battle. If you're able to run your race, I do wonder if that'll be a small penalty for Brett Rackett. No, nothing coming his way. You're able to run your race like Willie D's doing at the head of the field, you're going to be able to gain the seconds and those around you, those ahead of you. As Beaver Boy makes a mistake, goes very, very deep on the brakes, has to take a little bit of a shortcut off track. Only a half-second penalty, nothing too major. As Brett Rackett now makes his move. Can he get it done? No. Good driving from Beaver Boy. Pushing it to the absolute limit, holding it out as much as he can, and Brett Rackett still behind. Now this is where we've seen moves happen before in this one. Turn 4, Repsol. Oh, still kept behind the Beaver Boy. And now Beaver Boy learning the lesson that he saw from Red. He's the one driving the really smooth, consistent line right now, and it's Brett who's having to be a little bit more aggressive. But is Beaver Boy going to incur more of a penalty for the line he just took? No, I'm still trying to work out some of the foibles of the track limits, and again, that's something that these drivers are going to be working through as well, as that is Beaver Boy going a bit deep, Brett Rackett being super aggressive as we're heading into turn 14, the chicane, now 15, the exit of that. Surely now is the time for Brett Rackett. Down, start, finish. Willie D is into the 124s, but right now all we care about is Brett Rackett moving up the inside, getting it done into turn 1. They're side by side, and Beaver Boy is somewhat improbably able to get on the gas just enough and keep ahead of Brett Rackett. This is a fantastic battle. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're smashing that like button. And these drivers know it is well appreciated what we are seeing them do. That is fantastic. And Red just up the road, just running his race. I want to see what else is going on track. I cannot do it to myself. I've got to see where this battle goes. Beaver Boy still defending well from Brett Rackett. Nothing going on behind for Brett. This is it, the final stop on the podium. We got 3 minutes left of this race, about 2 laps. Beaver Boy goes very, very deep again. It's a tough corner, turn 10 into 11, and Brett Rackett has the lead. He's in third. The lead of this on-track battle, at least. Where is Beaver Boy? Absolutely left in his wake just then. Fantastic driving from Brett Rackett, capitalised on maybe a tiny little mistake there from Beaver Boy. We're going to watch it back in just a moment, and I think that is the end of that battle. 1.3 seconds the difference, and you don't want to give Brett Rackett that sort of space, that sort of time, because he is going to be away as we go on board with Beaver Boy. What happens? Just hangs it on the outside, gets on the marbles, kisses that curb. If you're out there, you're on a really tough part of the racetrack, you are not able to get that traction down, and then and again, don't want to be too harsh on Beaver Boy at all. He's been in a great battle. That is tough And it's that line you take, it makes it seem like it's compounding your earlier decisions, and in a way it is. You put yourself in a tough spot, and it's really difficult to try and get yourself on a grippier part of the racetrack, on a line that you want to be on. But Beaver Boy, absolutely hats off. What a great battle all race long, and in particular just then with Brett Rackett. That was special. Will it be 3-2-1? He will end a lap up on some of this field, let's say. He's on to the final lap of the race. He has the fastest lap of the race, 1:24.768. Red is in second over start finish. And you know what? Is there a chance for Brett Rackett to move up one more spot on the podium? It's probably a bit too tough right now. But let's just stick with it. In fact, I tell a lie, we're not going to stick with it. We are going to see this battle at the back of the racetrack. We will check back in at the head of the field in about half a lap's time. As we got cars still absolutely batting out. Significant points on offer. Points go all the way down to 16th position. We've got not so many cars in this race today. The Terminator, he doesn't want to start at the back of the grid for the final race. And speaking of the final, will it be 3-2-1 gets really squirrely. He was pushing the tempo. Don't go too fast now, big fella. Enjoy your checkered flag. Willie 3-2-1 wins race number 2, and it's red. If he can keep it collected, keep it cool, keep it together. He's got Brett Rackett all over the back of him. Oh, Brett Rackett spins out, but he just keeps control. Red comes across the line. Red LMR 56 in second. Brett Rackett in third. Beaver Boy in fourth. Oscar X0 is fifth. Lango is in sixth. Connor 7th. 8th is B19. And Terminator 9th position. My lord, what an incredible 20 minutes of action we have just experienced. Greedy 3-2-1, fastest lap, led it from pole. Most importantly for him, took the overall race victory. Absolutely tremendous bit of driving from Willie D 3-2-1 on that occasion. That was fantastic. I'm going to take a quick break. I need to catch my breath. We're right back. The Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints. It's time for the final race of the evening. Race 3, round 3, the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints. And it's Willie D 321 on pole with the A+ driver racing, S rank safety racing. Woo. It's going to be Willie D, it's going to be Red, Brett Rackett and Beaver Boy, your top 4. The red lights are on. The green lights are on. We are racing for the final time on Tuesday night. Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints. And who is going to hold it into turn 1? Red going aggressive already, but Willie D 321 had the position scouted. Brett Rackett tried desperately to get up the inside of Red. That wasn't happening on this occasion. Oscar is in 4th, and we've got cars off track already, battling really clean. And I tell you what I've really enjoyed about these races so far, everybody's finished and everybody's been really competitive all the way through. Willie D 321 already a second to the good, and we're not even out of the first sector of this racetrack. Let's check in at the back of the field. Oh no, what happened to the Beaver Boy? It's like he had some kind of a moment, sent him backwards in a hurry. Not too sure if he contacted somebody or exactly what happened there. Willie D 321 into the chicane for the first time on the final race of the evening. Took a very aggressive line, and again you saw how much that spat him up, and we saw him nearly spin out in the last race. Maybe I'm overselling it, but I'm not too sure. That's Oscar. Letting Brett know he's there, also defending from Connor behind. As Lango has got a lot of trouble with B19. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, all on the racetrack. Very, very competitive. Brett Rackett still in 3rd position. Oscar in 4th. Connor 5th. B19 in 6th. Lango in 7th. Lango with the penalty. Looking up the inside. Is he gonna get it made? No. Not able to on that occasion. A little bit of a tap on the rear corner there. No harm, no foul. BF19 well into the gravel, but unfortunately for Lango, so does he. That is going to cause, I mean, that was an opportunity. It's still there for him. Opportunity knocks for Lango. 666. Gets the move done on the final corner. He's going to have a job, though, to keep it in turn number 1. We're going to stick with this battle on board with B19 FLC as Lango just shuts the door, legal and clean. And then BFC got run off a little bit. He wanted to go a little bit too deep. Lango completely happy with that maneuver for me. From my point of view, he shut the door. B19 absolutely nowhere to go. WD 321 already 2 seconds up on Red. Brett Rackett is in 3rd. In 4th. Brett Rackett is in 3rd. Oscar X0 is in 4th. Connor is in 5th. We go on board. Then what is his line like through here? Just kisses that sausage curb. So might get himself a little bit of a track penalty. No, nothing for track limits that time for Connor. Coming through the final chicane. And again, just right over that sausage curb. And I mean, it's a good thing for these drivers with the way they're driving these cars today that we don't have any mechanical damage, because You see the undertray of the car. Stressing out engineers worldwide seeing that kind of behaviour as Oscar Xero just bullies by Brett Rackett. What a move. Let's have another look at that as Brett Rackett is looking to get back at him. I was too early in the replay, do apologise. Let's see again. Just Oscar Xero just out here making moves, now defending hard from Brett Rackett. Brett Rackett's had a couple of battling laps. He really had to work to get past Beaver Boy. People in the comments saying, great hold. He did incredibly well for so long, and it's, you know, we don't play favourites here, but it was a great battle from Beaver Boy against one of the very quickest in the Amigos Racing team in Brett Rackett. Oscar Xero fending off Brett Rackett himself now. Keeping the Belgian driver at bay, even with that penalty. Again, 4 track limits. Will it do 3-2-1? It's not completely gone. 3 seconds up the road. 9 minutes left in this race. Red is in second. Oscar Xero is in third. Brett Rackett backed off just a smidge. He's in fourth. Connor is in fifth. In sixth is B19. Lango in seventh. Eighth is Terminator. Beaver Boy back of the field in ninth. We're going to go on board with Lango. Enjoy the sounds of the cars for the final time in this lap. I'm going to take a moment. Enjoy. Great battle on track between B19 and Lango 666 in these fantastic super formula machines as Terminator. He's hot on the heels also of Lango 666. In fact, we are going to stay with this just a couple moments longer before we go and check out that battle for second, third and fourth. So it looks incredibly tasty on track, a little bit up the field as Terminator. I think he's quite close enough. What can he do through this complex? There's 6, 7, 8 through the TV3 corner. Not able to make a move at that point. Brett Rackett, however, is still all over the back of Oscar Xero. Now this battle here, maybe 5. How close is Connor? No, Connor's not in this one, not at this time. Brett Rackett, Oscar Xero, who got really aggressive there, is super fortunate for me not to have been completely spat out. You can see how aggressive Oscar's driving, and that's 2 reasons. He's in a very fast sandwich. He's got Brett Rackett behind, who he wants desperately to keep there, and I don't know if he's going to this time. In fact, he knows he isn't. He's got to grab back onto that slipstream, that draft. You saw once Brett Rackett had the move made early in the straightaway, he knows I can't have Oscar behind me this whole way because he's just going to take that position back as Oscar goes wide, losing a little bit of that momentum. So he breaks the draft and Oscar follows him right to the outside of the track. Didn't quite work out for Oscar. He's still in the hunt though, half a second back of Brett Rackett. But all of that is the best news in the world to Will it E 3-2-1. He's able just to stay away ahead of the field. He's got an almost 5-second advantage on Oscar. And a 2.5-second advantage on Red. And Willie D has the fastest lap of the race so far, 1:24.888. So we are just over 5 minutes to go in this, the final race of the day in Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints. It's round 3. It's Series 7. Woody 3-2-1 leads from Red, from Brett Rackett, from Oscar. Connor is in 5th, B19 in 6th, Lango in 7th. And those three, they're battling out. Beaver Boy as well, he's thereabouts. A little slip up from one of those cars ahead. He'll be merrily away. This is one of those, realities of motorsport moments. It's these moments where we're like, oh, it's a little bit processional, maybe, but that's just a race settling down. We've seen races settle down and then explode all over again in just a matter of moments. Only takes one driver to be a bit too aggressive, as we've got a 1 second now, 10th of a second track penalty. And again, you saw up the road there, Red pulled right over to the right hand side. He wants no part of Brett Rackett getting that slipstream. And it's interesting to see that Brett didn't bother following across. Guessing the time and grip lost moving laterally wasn't worth it for Brett at that time. He's still trying to chip away. The gap is less than a second, 3 minutes. So we've got 2 laps. Maybe sneak a third, depending how fast they're going. Speaking of fast, Willie D 3-2-1, a 1:24.570. Fastest lap of the race. I think that might be just about fastest lap of the day. And he needs to be setting qualifying laps because he's got Red and Brett Rackett breathing down his neck. One little slip up from Willie D 3-2-1 and these two are going to be all over it. Brett Rackett 1:25.237 last time. Red at 1:25.149 and Willie D 3-2-1 at 1:24.570. That fastest lap of the race, that occasion. Now is the time. We're looking at Brett Rackett. Can he move up to second position? I don't know about this lap, but maybe, just maybe. Pulls out of the slipstream, comes wide. There's a little bit of contact, but nothing, no harm, no foul, like we say. As Red looking to come back inside. But Brett Rackett has done a brilliant job there. Left him in his wake. What can Red do? How does Red respond? Nothing at this point right now. As we go through turn 5, 6. Into TV3, that's turn 7. Up the hill, turn 8. Still no response. And Brett Rackett, I think he's done a masterful job there. Got the move done. And it's just been able to drive away. And that is patience. What do we tell you? This race can get a little bit processional at times. We can spread out. We can get a little bit separate. The next lap will be the final lap of the race. But in a moment, we can have a huge change. And Brett Rackett set a 1:24.895 last time. Just out of, not quite nowhere, but a brilliantly fast lap. Took a significant chunk out of red that time. What was Willie D last time? 125, 315. We are in the final lap of the race. This is the race. Not just for this race, but also just the race on track right now. 2.5 seconds, but Brett Rackett already put 1.5 seconds into red. All counts. Brett Rackett is crossing everything he can. Willie D bins it off or makes a small slip up, and I don't know if that's going to happen, but Willie D 321, he does like to drive aggressive. Led from pole, fastest lap so far, just like in the previous lap. The final couple of corners. We've seen cars lose it here before. Willie D 321 comes around turn 13. Now the chicane at 14. Oh, look at that. Cornering. Making no mistakes. Taking no chances. Not risking it. Not at all. Willie D 321 wins the final race of the evening. That's red. Comes across the line in third. Brett Rackett in second. Oscar X0 in fourth. Connor comes across the line in fifth. B19 will just edge out Lango for 6th, 7th. 8th is Terminator, and Beaver Boy is in 9th. We've had quite the race. Quite the evening of action here in the Amigos Racing Team Tuesday Sprints. Round 3, Series 7. With D321, a second win from pole with the fastest lap. An awesome way to end a great evening of racing. Now, we've got more where this came from. Let's just double check the schedule one last time. Next time out, this time next Tuesday, we're at Sardinia for Road Track A2, and then final round of the season, round number 6, the South Inner Loop, in 2 weeks' time. Make sure you're there. Do not dare to miss it. You will regret it. And remember, if you want to get involved in the racing with us here at the Amigos Racing Team, you want to race, you want to host the lobby, you just want to hang out and learn, or dare I say it, you want to take the reins, take the microphone and do some commentary, try your hand at it, well, all the opportunities for you are there. Just smash that Discord button in the chat, in the comments, in the description to this video, and make sure you join us and you enjoy yourself. Have yourselves a fantastic evening. We'll speak to you again next week for the Amigos Racing Team. Cheers.